Hey guys, Scott Hargis here, and for this video I'm going to be soloing at Fallbrook Airpark. That's Lima 18. It's one of the shortest paved runways in Southern California. I'm going to be doing this in the RV7A. It's a pretty fast little airplane, not very common for a student pilot to be doing their first solo in a plane like this, especially on such a short runway. One thing about the RV is that you need to really land on the mains and keep the nose wheel up until you're going slow enough to drop it down without dropping it down too hard and causing unnecessary stress or damage to the nose wheel. They actually have a joke about what you have to do to your passenger if you drop it down incorrectly, but we're going to keep this video PG. Anyway, stay tuned for my first solo as a student pilot in the RV7A at Fallbrook Airpark. Alright, so here I'm rolling onto runway 18 for the first time solo. I make sure the mixture's rich, turning the fuel pump on, looking over at my flaps, making sure they are set for takeoff. And now getting ready to do smooth application of power. No turning back now. Got the stick all the way back, and once the wheel's in the air, try to keep it lower, and airborne. Once I get to 80, I'm putting the flaps up. Reducing the power slightly to get the EGTs down. Once I get to 1200, I am turning to the crosswind. Reducing power a little as I approach pattern altitude. Now I'm turning to the downwind, just outside the water tower you can see there, after looking both ways, of course. Surprisingly, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be, although I had just done a few landings with my instructor, so I was having a good day and I was in the groove. Starting to reduce the power to 1400 RPMs. I am trying to be at 80 by the time I'm beam the numbers, so that way I can get in 20 degrees of flaps. You can see I'm reaching down here to adjust the trim. I've learned trim is your friend. Get it adjusted for level flight, about 75. It's good for landing. Today we were doing shorter patterns, so I was turning base when the runway was just over my shoulder. Reducing to about 1200 RPMs here, so I can get in full flaps, start to come down a little bit. I'm putting in the full flaps gradually there. My instructor was having me get all configured before I turned final. And I'm pretty much at power idle by the time I turn final. There's a slight crosswind, as you can see. Not too bad though. Actually, we had some bad weather the last few weeks before this, so I had a lot of crosswind training. And I give it a slight boost of power here that I probably didn't need. Trying to keep the nose wheel in the air as long as possible. And let it down probably a little bit early. And there I'm laughing because I just told my instructor that he still had a student. And I had a big smile on my face.
Got that thing going on, 75. Yeah, it's golden. I can do. I saw the one landing, it looked pretty good. The one go around before that. No.
Big thanks to my instructor, Mike Trebe. He's been a great instructor throughout this whole process, and hopefully I'll be getting my private pilot soon.
Absolutely textbook.
So today is a proud day, February 25th, 2024. Scott Joseph Hargis Jr. has soloed in the RV7A at Fallbrook International Airport. Therefore, he must have his tail feathers clipped.
All right.
So, time to clip your tail feathers. This is an old tradition, and I first got my shirt cut in 1977. Quite a long time ago. But we'll document his solo experience, and he'll have this on the wall forever and ever.
When did Trey get his shirt cut?
About 4 years ago.
Is that how you get it?
Yeah. just enough so that it's ruined your shirt. Now when I was 17 working at Colgan Airways, they cut my shirt and I had to work the rest of the day with no back on my shirt.
At least everyone knew. Yeah. That guy's really cool. He's solo.
Right on.
Yeah, it was great soloing. Perfect weather. The wind just started to pick up at the very end. It's a little windier now, but yeah, couldn't ask for a better day. All right.